Hey, welcome back. It's Hump Day, man. It's Wednesday. Where has the time gone? And here we are back again. Today we want to talk about. Oh, wait. I'm sorry. Hey, welcome to another episode of Your Success at Last Tips to Improve Performance. I'm your host, Tracy Brinkman. I'm sorry. I gotta tell you who I am, right? Gotta tell you what you're listening to. You never know. You may have just come across this podcast and said, I wonder what this is all about. The 3 fundamental tenets of success. I wonder what he's going to be talking about. Well, guess what? I'm going to be talking about the 3 fundamental tenets of success. This comes from my experience growing up in the military and then the years I spent in the military myself. I have to honestly say, I was lucky enough to be one of the children who grew up with a father in the military, obviously serving his country, setting a great example of what a proud man or a proud woman does to ensure his family has all the necessities of life, instilling a hard work ethic, showing me what good friends are for. As I look back over the years growing up in this military world, as well as the time I personally spent in the United States Army myself, I can see a number of similarities between the military and personal and business life. A real fast example right off the top of my head would be any person, business, or military unit that uses superior strategy against or for their competition is going to be the victor. Now, these tenets are really based on 3 strategies that are really the fundamentals of success for your success, for a business success, and for the military success. So these are 3 tenets of success for business, personal, and military life. Now, the first tenet I want to share with you, of course, is, guess what? Goals. Yep, you knew it. If you've listened to me any longer than a week, read any of my blog posts, any more than 3 or 4 of them, you know goals it has to come up. The military calls this the principle of maneuver. This tenet tells you that you need to be specific and clear about the goal, but you also need to be flexible in your way of reaching the goal. And the studies indicate that this is a trait that is probably the single most important trait that you're going to need to foster and develop for your success, especially in our rapid changing times. Really, how fast are things changing? Think about it. 10 years ago, laptops were huge and big. Now look at them now. The iPhone, where'd that come from? Out of the blue. iPad, wow, just blowing up. Now you've got tablets, and things are getting smaller. I have a cool new pen I got for my birthday that I can literally sit there and write on the pad, plug it into my computer, and it will record. It recorded what I wrote. It will also record audio. How fast are things changing? Who knows what it's going to be like tomorrow? Tomorrow being like next year. So, back to the topic. Sorry, I get off on a tangent. You have to be flexible. So, this flexibility is a trait I'm telling you about. So you're going to have to be flexible, and really this comes down to being able to open to feedback. You're going to be open to you're going to need to be open on a continuous basis. Don't just take feedback once and say, okay, I get it, let me make a change. No, because you see, top performers are those people who take in all the information and all the feedback and all the input that they have that's available to them in their situation. And they'll take this information and this feedback in, even if it's contrary to their current line of thinking, to their current line of planning. But rather than fighting the outcome of this information and that feedback, it helps them become aware, and they try to accept it. And really, the really successful people accept it, modify their plans accordingly, so they can do what? So they can keep moving forward towards their goal. All right, yeah, that's what I'm talking to you. You out there sitting there listening to your iPhone, your iPad, sitting in your car. I want you to hone this trait of being open to accepting feedback so that you can make these self-course corrections. Always, and I can't stress that word enough, always be open to new ideas, new input, new insights. Hell, go seek them out. Go find the new ideas. Go find the new insights. Ask people. Quite often, they'll be very willing to help you out, right? Oh, yeah, here, let me tell you what I see. One simple insight can shave days and weeks, months, even years off the time it's going to take you to reach your goals. This is huge. All right, this tenet of being open to feedback leads logically to the next tenet. The military calls it the principle of intelligence. Simply stated, it means, just like they used to say on Dragnet, just the facts. Think about it. In every situation over the course of your life, your career, whether you've been in the military or not, having or not having just the facts can make all the difference, whether that difference is good or bad. Your ability to make decisions is going to be hinged on you having or being able to get accurate information. Because you know what? Facts just don't lie. Now, let's be clear. You need actual facts. I don't want you to get emotional facts. I don't want you to get dramatic facts. I don't want you to get assumed facts. I don't want you to look for the hoped for facts or facts that are told to you by second hand. All right? You need hard, provable, real facts. But let's be honest for a moment here. There are times when you can only get assumptions. And you need to know their assumptions so that you can plan accordingly. But get the facts. You see, because the quality of your course corrections, or also known as decisions, the quality of those course corrections that you're going to make to your goals are going to be in direct proportion to the validity of the very information that you're using to make them. Okay? You get bad information, you're probably going to make bad decisions. If you spend an appropriate amount of time getting really good, really solid information and feedback, you can make a much better course correction, a much better decision about your goal. The last tenet I want to talk to you about that you've got to be fully aware of is referred to by the military as the principle of economy of force. Economy of force. You see, economy of force means that you channel enough of your time, enough of your energy, enough of your resources to attain your goal, but not more. I mean, if you think about it, this is really a two-way tenet. This is a two-way street for a moment here. On one sense, it's telling you that you need to commit adequate time, adequate energy, and adequate resources to achieve your goal. Once you've clearly defined it, of course, right? That's tenet number one. All right. However, on the other hand, you don't want to over-allocate your time, over-allocate your resources, or over-allocate anything to reach your goal. If you think about it, all you really have to give is energy. Now, quite often that energy is in the way of taking action, right? So if all you have to give is energy, then you want to invest and commit that energy very wisely. And to help you do that, you need to be able to answer two questions. Question number one is, how important is the goal? Pretty simple. Question number two, how important is the goal to me? The answer to question number one may be it's very important. The answer to question number two might be, it's not all that important. So answer them both, because you may be answering question one and it's all about your boss or somebody else. Number two may modify how much resources and time that you allocate. So if it's not important at this time, I'm going to strongly suggest that you recommit your time and your resources, everything you want to do and action you want to take, to a goal that is important to you and your success at last. All right, so number one, you want to clearly define your goals. I want you to not only just know what you want, but know when you're going to be able to have it. So don't just say things like, "Oh, I want to be rich." No. What's rich, right? What do you mean by that? How do I know that you're rich? I want you to define it. Go to the point where you say, you know what? To me, that means I got $250,000 in a savings account and an annual income of $150,000. Now you can actually tell A, what you're striving for, and B, when you've actually achieved it. Check. Done. Moving on. All right? Number two, just the facts, man. If you're as old as I am, and I'm dating myself right now, I can remember that watching this show and hearing that quote from the television series Dragnet. Just the facts. Right? And why? Because with the facts and just the facts, they were able to catch the crooks and save the day. Da, 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 da. And they did it in 45 minutes. Wasn't that great? Well, it was an hour with commercials. But anyway, so catch your goal and save yourself scads of time by getting the facts. Remember, just the solid facts, not emotional, not all those other ones. I'm not going to repeat myself, right? The better the information that you acquire before making a decision, the better decision you're going to make. So get the facts, just the facts, and nothing but the facts. And lastly, right? Remain flexible. When you start towards your goal, you may have a very clear idea of what attaining that goal looks like, how you're going to get there. You've got it all mapped out. Well, guess what? The world doesn't quite work that way. It's going to throw you a curveball, a left turn, going to put fog in front of you. Heck, it's going to put a big old wall in front of you. Today's world is ever evolving, and you're going to find that some of your best ideas are going to be contradicted tomorrow by new technology, new ways of doing things, new regulations. Who knows? A new person in your life, right, could throw you a curveball. So be willing to try new and different approaches, different methods. Try new things. Heck, you may even be one got to be flexible enough to say, you know what? I need to try a different goal. I set this goal 5 years ago, 2 years ago, 5 months ago. I really don't want it now. So always be open to new feedback. That feedback could be coming from you. All right? New input, new ideas from the world and from within yourself. Do all these things, and I almost guarantee that you will reach the goals that you dream, desire, and deserve. And with that, I'll look forward to seeing you tomorrow. And as I always sign off, think successfully and take action. See you tomorrow.